Hello, my lovelies. This is going to be our weekly spiritual guidance and advice. I'm going to do a little bit different of a reading today. We're going to get multiple cards from multiple decks, and we're going to see what's needed for our growth. So first of all, what's needed for a safe place for us to grow? What are the things that we need? We're going to get a card from each of the 7 decks that I have out in order to answer these questions. So what is it, Spirit, that we need for a safe place for us to grow? All right, I am grateful for the earth. And of course it would be earth grounded energy. So you need to get grounded. This is really something that I feel strongly that it's a reason why maybe we aren't planted well, or the soil needs to be tended to, so to speak, energetically, so that we can actually accomplish growth. So that's our first card, is I am grateful for the earth. So get grounded, get in nurturing energy, and definitely something that I feel like could help you grow just by getting outside or getting in some sort of good element with the earth. Let's see what else we have. All right, so we have Dwal Kul Dharma Unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time for happiness. So don't rush the process. You know, it's like when you plant a seed in the ground, it's definitely something that takes a while to flourish and to grow, and it can't be rushed. The process takes a while. All right, the other card that came out is Sacred Self. Unleash your spirit and express your gifts and dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So I feel like you could also need to connect to source more, and that's definitely something where you need to get grounded and tap in to be able to express your gifts. And then it's like you get in this rhythm where you think things just really start to align for you. All right, let's see. What else do we need for a safe place to grow? Eclipse and Sagittarius growth. Okay, so you can't make that stuff up. So we're going to have some sort of success after a setback. So I love to think of the analogy of an arrow being pulled back before it's catapulted forward. So remember that growth can take a while. It's definitely something that can be a lengthy process. So you cannot rush the process. And 33 is a master number. 3 symbolizes that you're in connection with source, the divine, and with the earth, and with our soul, with our spiritual self and our intuition. So definitely interesting energy that's coming through already. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know for a safe place for us to grow? Okay, water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. So this is telling us that we first have to nourish our garden. So think of our garden spiritually as our body. We need to nourish ourselves. We need to eat good foods. We need to sleep enough. We need to drink enough water. We need to have peace in our mind and our body, and definitely things that maybe we aren't taking as good care of our body as we need to. Maybe we're not being as tender to ourselves as we need to, and maybe we are definitely not resting enough that we need to rest. All right, let's see. What else do we need to know? Thank you, angels. What do we need for a safe place to grow? Thank you, angels. What do we need to know for our growth? It's going to take some courage and bravery in order to really grow. So this is indicating that you are strong enough, that you are protected, and that you need to be brave on this next chapter of your growth. Growth can be scary, growth can be painful, and it's definitely something that we need to have courage in order to face our own healing. All right, what else do we need to know for a safe place for us to grow? All right, kangaroo. As events take on their own momentum, you take a true leap forward. So things are going to pick up. The pace is going to pick up. Today is the last day of Mercury in retrograde. We have about a week's worth or so of the shadow phase, and then things do start to gain forward momentum. Mars retrograde ended, I believe, on the 12th. So that's phasing out. Now Mercury is ending in retrograde, so things will start to go forward. So that's what we have for our safe place to grow. All right, what do we need to know for our nourishment? So what energizes me to grow? What nourishments do we need? My truth is my teacher. So you're going to nourish yourself by being truthful and being honest. And you're also going to nurture other connections with truth. So by being authentic and being truthful, we are actually nurturing a good experience. All right, what other nourishments do we need to grow? Moon in Capricorn, 22 accomplishments. It's time to scale mountains to gain a sense of achievement. So this is definitely going to feel like an uphill battle to you when you start to grow, but it's going to be worth it in the end. And we have 22. So again, that's another number that you might be seeing. So you need to look that up and gain some clarity. 2 is typically about balance. The more times you see it, the more it is necessary. What other nourishment do we need to know for the week ahead? Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right because an important lesson is unfolding. So again, listening to your intuition, listening to your instincts, trusting yourself and trusting where spirit is leading you is going to help nurture your growth. All right, what else do we have going on? Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom. It's time to look a little deeper. And the artistry on some of these cards is just beautiful. So this looks like ancient Egypt where the temples are, the pyramids, and definitely something where you need to tap into that hidden wisdom and knowledge. It's something that could be lost. So we're going to have to dig deeper, do some research, and nourish yourself in the learning process as well, so that you are not only gaining your nourishment, you're gaining knowledge, you're gaining positive energy in order to go forward and unlock some hidden wisdom. The Golden Children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. So we need to nurture our inner child. We need to be tender and gentle with it. Think of how you were as a small child. You were very innocent before maybe the world kind of showed you its true face, or where you really saw things as maybe negative in life, or whatever circumstances that maybe you've gone through. This is telling you that you possess rare gifts, and this is also the next wave of star seeds coming in. The Golden Children are free of a lot of karma. A lot of them have never incarnated before, and so they really are pure and true-hearted individuals. So it's a lot of rare gifts coming through. What other nourishments do we need to know? What energizes me to grow, angels? All right, we have opportunity and change. So there is some sort of opportunity coming in that's going to allow this change to unfold. It could be something small, it could be something large, but it's definitely an opportunity for you to grow. And the first analogy of a plant that's planted, like a seed planted in the ground, takes time, takes nourishment, takes all of these things in order to actually grow, bloom, and flourish. So this is your opportunity for things to change. So take it, it's part of your growth. All right, what else do we have? Beaver. Investing in home comforts provides security and family togetherness. So this is really a card indicating that you need to take care of your home life as well. So maybe you're putting creature comforts in your home, or there's some sort of family togetherness that offers some sort of security in your life right now. So you need to nurture those connections. Okay, what do we need for shelter? What kind of protection do we need? My sexuality is sacred, so you need to protect that. I feel like this could be something that you might struggle with. You might feel insecure sexually, but our sexuality is something sacred. It helps connect us to the divine, especially when we are in union with somebody and we come together sexually. That's definitely something that is a sacred act, and it should be treated as such. What else kind of protection do we need? There's some sort of new beginning and needing to take a leap of faith somewhere. So this is also a card indicating that there is a chance to go forward and that things are changing for the better, that there's new opportunities coming. All right, what else do we need for protection? Divine healing. Honor your sensitivity and retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So this is telling you that this is part of your growth. It could also be that you're dealing with opening your heart chakra. Green is the color of our heart chakra. So this is welcoming in some divine healing energy, and that honoring your sensitivity is really your superpower. So by honoring your sensitivity, your sensitive gifts, this is something where you can help support others as well. So be honorable, be truthful, and definitely be open to opening your heart and receiving support from others. All right, our shelter. Cracked open, rock bottom, and surrender to the alchemy of life. So you may feel like you've hit rock bottom recently. This is also a card indicating that it's time to surrender. The alchemy really means that it's time to transform the energy. So leaden and heavy things transforming into light and gold. So really transforming the energy that's surrounding you. So if things have been negative, it's time for growth to change those. What kind of protection or shelter do we need from the angels? Some joy and contentment. So I feel like the angels really want you to be happier about things in your life. Be happy about what's happening in your life. And I know that sounds strange because it's like, well, everything's really negative. In the world, things are negative. There's, negativity on TV. There's negativity in society, online, all these things. You can still find the joy and find peace in your heart. And so maybe you need to kind of shelter or protect your heart from all of the negative energy that surrounds you right now. So that's what I would suggest doing, is that you try and find a little bit of joy every single day, and that's going to help protect you from all of the negativity. All right, we have porcupine. You may defend yourself honorably without hurting those close to you. So if you're feeling a little prickly, and we have a porcupine for our card today, this is telling us that you can kind of lower your defenses, but you also need to defend yourself honorably. So do it without hurting others. And remember the saying that hurt people hurt people. So you want to work on healing. It's part of your growth so that you aren't lashing out at other people or harming those close to you. All right, how can we challenge ourselves to grow? So growing, what are we doing? Where can we challenge ourselves to grow? All right, feeling fear is a call for love. So that's how we challenge that. When you feel fear, there we go, if I could get the words out today. Fear stands for false emotions appearing real. It's part of ego. It's part of just not acknowledging that we are always loved by the divine. And even if we don't always feel that, that is a step that we need to get more love in our life. It starts with self-love. So giving to yourself. Maybe you aren't with anybody right now. You don't have a partnership or anybody in your life. So you need to start by giving yourself the love that you would pour into another. And so you lack the fear and you start to fill up your cup with love. So feeling fear is a call for love, meaning you need more love in your life if you're feeling fear. All right, let's see what else we can do for growth. Eclipse in Cancer 28, acceptance, an emotional phase or domestic development. So this is telling you that you need to accept more love. That you also, there could be, if you are with somebody in a relationship, that there could be some sort of emotional phase, or that something is growing within a love situation or a romantic connection. What else do we need to know for growth? All right, Kernunos, life force. Express your driving passion, sensual and sexual powers are increased. So he always makes me think of like mating season, like an elk or a deer, especially with his horns. And it's like very passionate energy, definitely something where you could be expressing that. And that might also be where there's development in a love relationship or commitment. Definitely think that there could be a lot of chemistry with this person. All right, we have I Remember, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So fated means that there's things that are going to happen in our life, events that will happen that are predestined. They will happen regardless of the circumstances. And the destiny life is things that we actually have power to change. So maybe you're trying to change career paths. Maybe you're changing relationships. Maybe you're changing things about yourself that you never thought you would. And this is where the challenge is to grow. So changing things that you can challenge yourself to change. From our angels, we have angelic protection. So they're protecting you on this journey of your growth and healing. And this is Archangel Michael. He's wielding his blue sword and his shield. And he always stands at the ready to help us sever ties that aren't healthy and to also help protect us as we grow and transform through our journey. All right, what do we have from the animals for growing? Where can I challenge myself to grow? All right, mountain goat. Fighting for love or ardent declarations may hide unfaithfulness. So I would say you need to challenge yourself to grow, not only for fighting for what you want in love, but also be careful of people who maybe aren't being faithful, and that if they're love bombing you or they're doing things that kind of really stick out like a sore thumb, like that's a little strange. Why is this person acting that way? That you need to be cautious of that, and that's how you can grow. And remember, if you're feeling fear, it's a call for love. You just need to make sure everybody is on the same page, especially when it comes to love relationships. All right, let's see what we have for training. What should I keep in mind as I grow? So what kind of training? What do we need to keep in mind as we're growing? Take the weight of the world off your shoulders. Interesting. So this is like focusing on the task at hand, or focusing on what's most important in your life right now. So maybe there's heavy burdens that you need to let go of. Maybe there's other people's problems or the weight of the world sitting on your shoulders. And this is telling you that it's time to take that weight off your shoulders and focus on what you need to. So that's part of your training, is to keep that in mind, that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. All right, we have Eclipse in Aries 25, collaboration. Boost relationships through teamwork and compromise. So there might need to be a compromise as far as like sharing the duties in a relationship, or wherever that resonates in your life. That's definitely something where you need to keep in mind that it's not always 100% your responsibility, and that it's going to take group or teamwork in order to finally move forward. All right, what else do we have? Freya. All right, cycles and phases. There's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and then released. So this is definitely something where it's cyclical. So that you might be transforming things. You might be going through cycles or phases right now. And where one door closes, a new one opens. So with every beginning, there has to be an ending first. Again, it comes full circle. So illusions are also being revealed and released. What else do we need for our training? What should we keep in mind as we grow? All right, we have double mission, light worker, starseed. It's time to serve the world by being you. So you need to be your true authentic self. If you are a starseed or a light worker, your mission work here is not only personal soul growth, but it's also to help the collective as a whole. And so we have a double mission, meaning that not only are we supposed to fulfill personal goals along this journey, but we also have bigger goals as a whole that we're supposed to help the collective shift their vibration as well. What else do we have for training? Expect miracles. So they want you to get in touch with Source, and they want you to expect miracles. And miracles happen every day. So it's believing that it will happen and setting your intention for the good to come to you. So they want you to trust in the divine and expect that a miracle can happen in your life. So if this is something that you're working on, this is something that you need to keep in mind, that miracles happen every day, and that they could be training you to start being open to that channel of receiving. We have Frog. Adapt and survive by accepting the inevitable and seizing potential. So you're going to have to adapt to different circumstances as things change in your life. And remember, growth brings change. So this is telling you that you're going to survive this, you're going to be able to adapt to this, and you're going to adapt and survive because you're going to accept the inevitable. So accept the things that are meant to happen, and then you're going to be able to seize potential. So you're going to be able to have some sort of potential to go forward. Okay, what do we need to prune? What do we need to get rid of so that we can grow? Where am I fearful or overprotective of myself? I trust my gifts. So your gifts might be something that you're very overprotective about. Maybe you don't really share those. I didn't for a very long time. I didn't really share my psychic medium gifts with people other than my close friends and family, because it's not that I was ashamed of it. It's that I didn't know how to use it at the time. So it took a very long time of training and growth and, really nourishing what I needed in order to actually bloom and blossom. So you need to trust your gifts. We have them for a reason. They are meant to be shared and used. So you need to be doing that. All right, pruning. What am I fearful of or protecting of myself? And what can I cut away for growth? All right, we have Moon in Cancer 16, belonging, a sensitive, introspective phase. Interesting. So I feel like you need to prune away not only the sense that you don't fit in or belong, but I think you need to take some time and really understand why is it you feel like that, and what is it that's holding you back from feeling like there's a sense of belonging in your life. Is it that people don't understand you? Are you surrounded by assholes and they aren't good for you? What is the real reason, and what can you cut out? I think for most of you, it's going to be a way of thinking. All right, what else can we cut out? So we have light activation. It's time to shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. It's the doubt. I really feel strongly that for most of you, it's just the doubt that your gifts are real and that you have these gifts and abilities. And so you need to cut out the doubt in order to really go forward. So what you're being fearful of is, being seen is what I'm really picking up. But you need to trust your intuition because your guidance is coming through loud and clear. All right, what else do we have? Why am I fearful or overprotective of myself? The Cosmic Heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So maybe you don't feel as connected to source as you need to be. I also feel like you need to trust your heart space, and if it's guiding you somewhere, that you need to trust where you're being led. It's also something where your devotion is being recognized by the divine, and there is a lot of potency in this situation. So you need to make your life a moving prayer, meaning that you need to live your life honorably and you need to use these spiritual gifts. They are yours for a reason. So cut away the doubt and the fear. All right, yep, we have transformation. So this is definitely telling you that this is something that you do want to go forward with. This is something that is meant to change things for you for a reason. And when we prune a plant in the springtime, it grows and flourishes through the summer. So definitely time to change things, transform the energy, and go forward. All right, what else do we need to prune? We have Tortoise. When changes are made for the sake of change itself, it's time to resist. So if people are pressuring you to change and that's not something that you want to change, or the situation that you're in isn't working for you and other people are forcing new scenarios on you, resist. Only make changes that work for you. Unless it's life or death, you definitely want to resist. You want to make changes that work for you. So slow and steady will win the race with that. All right, so how can we blossom? What will help me in extending my boundaries to grow and flourish? How will we blossom? I am the light in the world. So by shining your light, being your true authentic self, and recognizing that your gifts are something that is meaningful and need to be shared. So shine your light. You are a light in the world, and your light is needed. All right, how can we blossom? What do we need to know? We have Eclipse in Capricorn 34, a new direction. It's time to reevaluate success. So decide what success means to you. Maybe life is taking you in a new direction and you need to be open to that and reevaluate what success means to you. Does it mean how many dollars you have in your bank account? Does it mean how people view you? Does it mean your measure of success could be completely different from what it used to be or what other people expect? What else do we have? Eclipse in Leo 29, compassion. Shine brightly like the star that you are. And we had our first card out of this one was I am the light in the world. So this is really important that you are trying to actually be authentic and that you are going forward into your true calling and your true path. What do we need to blossom? All right, we have Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open, see the truth for what it is, and follow your intuition. So this card is really meaningful when it comes to psychic ability. So Odin sacrificed an eye to the gods so that he could have omnipotent power and see the future, the past, and the present. So this is something telling you that you also may have that ability. We are all truly psychic. Psychic comes from the Greek word psyche, meaning a soul, and we all have a soul. So we are all psychic. We are all connected to the divine. If you don't feel connected, you need to ground your energy, meditate, and open up your third eye, your intuition. So this is telling you that your third eye is open. You need to see the truth for what it is and follow your intuition. The truth is, if you're watching my videos, you probably already know that you have these gifts and abilities, and this is something that you want to use more. So this is telling you it's time to see the truth for what it is, that you have gifts and abilities, and you need to listen to your intuition where it's guiding you to be. Blossoming. What do we need to know so that we can flourish and grow? All right, we have activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So this is a card indicating that you might be feeling called to travel. You might be feeling called to a certain specific location on earth. And this is telling you that the ley lines are basically, think of like longitude, latitude lines on a map, and that those are coordinates. So you might be feeling called to a specific coordinate on our planet, and those will actually help you activate different soul gifts and different downloads and memories and intuitive information when you visit these places. So if you've always felt like you're called to a specific location, there is a reason for that. And if you are able to go to that location, that certain things spiritually will start to activate within you. All right, surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. So you need to also connect with the pleasures in life. So physical pleasures, mental stimulation, rest, relaxation. Maybe you need to take a trip somewhere and just really enjoy life again, especially if things have kind of gotten you down. If you are dealing with the weight of the world on your shoulders, this is indicating that it's time to surrender to the joys of life and enjoy life again. All right, how else can we blossom? Holy love. So you need to connect to the divine energy, and agape is the divine love. So connecting to your spiritual side, connecting to source energy and source love, and knowing that you have an entire team of angels and guardians that love you, that adore you, that want you to be happy and successful. And I'm feeling their emotion. It's like a parent that is filled with joy when they watch their children succeed and be successful and happy. And that is how source views us, as their babies, as their children, that they want to watch us grow and flourish and be happy and successful. So they are sending you the divine holy love. All right, and our final card for today, Elephant. All right, so blossoming. You can gain the love and wisdom that is passed from one generation to the next. So if you still have parents that are living or grandparents that are living, older relatives, we can learn a lot from them. They pass down legacies as well as years of knowledge and experiences that only they have experienced, that maybe we will never experience. Things that have, different technologies they've seen come and go. And all of that knowledge is things that we can use to grow as well. So we don't have to necessarily live it to understand it. And that's something that can be passed down from generation to generation. So you gain the love and the wisdom that is passed from one generation to the next. So whether you are, starting your own family and you're seeing these things as your children grow and you watch the newness kind of come through them when they learn something new or experience it for the first time, this is something where it's part of the process. It's part of our growth, and it's how we blossom, and it's how we grow, and it's how we are able to flourish. So use all of the wisdom that you can learn from from previous generations in order to pass on our knowledge to the younger generations so that they may also grow and flourish. Hope that helps, guys. We'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your week.